Is that actual Skull Lair making a tech choice appearance out here and so many more? So, smash the crap out of that subscribe button if you guys remember what in the world Skull Lair is. So Skull Lair, this is actually really cool. So this showed up out of a WCQ, and it is a old continuous trap card that says remove from play any number of monster cards on your graveyard or in your graveyard to destroy one face-up monster on the field whose level is equal to the number of cards that you remove from play. Now, do keep in mind that this card is missing one very, very insane valuable line of text. It does not say once per turn printed on it, which you're gonna take notice of it and be like, huh? So why are we playing this? This is potentially two forms of interruption out here. Now remember, this does have to destroy via level. So if your opponent makes like a link to, well, unfortunately, you're not going to get all of that kind of insane value that I think you were kind of hoping to get with this. But I think for the most part, and I'm going to be honest with you here, I think this card's really, really funny. We saw this show up in a Sprite side deck. Now, to be honest with you, Sprite can decently put a large number of monsters in the graveyard, so you can take advantage of this. My only problem here is this is totally unsearchable. You're not going to really get any real major searchability off of this, but I guess this is one of those cards that if you do see it going first, playing Sprite, your opponent's just going to look at you and they're going to go, why is Skull Lair in here? Why are there 8 monsters in the graveyard? Why did I just lose 2 possible starters in order to play the game? Like, what in the world is going on here? And like I said, this was a first place finish. This wasn't one of those, wow, this was just offbeat. No, this was a first place out of a regional in a side deck. I'm happy to see Skull Lair doing its thing. Like, the card has always been incredibly broken. I've just never really seen any modern application with it. Fiendsmith in Paradise. Now, this one doesn't really surprise me to see, because I've seen this come up every once in a while, but it's target at level 7 or higher light fiend monster you control. Send all cards on the field to the graveyard that are not that monster. So you're telling me I get a free board wipe with this? Huh, and it just sends, it doesn't destroy. If your opponent specimens a monsters while this is in your graveyard, you can banish this card to send a Fiendsmith monster from your deck or extra deck to the graveyard. You only use each effect of this card's name once per turn. So hold up here for a second. I get a board wipe with this, and I can banish this to send a Desiree to the graveyard to have another spot removal option. Huh? That's actually incredibly good. And you know what? I'm actually, the fact of this weekend's YCS had this card showing up at a very, very strong capacity indicates, well, everybody, Fiendsmith in Paradise is a broken card right now. All right, especially when you can send this to, you can, I'm in awe that it took people this long to go, free board wipe, free specific send of a card. This is everything that we kind of really wanted. And also, good old Desiree out here. If you have to hold this back and then do Desiree, and then obviously, use this after the Desiree because you're going to lose those equip cards. Oh, wait a minute. Can we re-equip? Well, that's a story for another day. All I've gotten for you out of this is, wow, free board wipe, free spot removal, and Fiendsmith being a 1-card package just shows out here how gosh darn good this deck has it. Book of Eclipse. So this one is going to see a lot more play actually in the future here. I think this is the thing that's going to be most intriguing to me, is the fact that we are heading into a very, very, very expected unfun format of watching Detonator run around on the field and go, woo, woo, woo. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Book of Eclipse is one of the 2 cards like Ultimate Slayer you're going to look at wanting to use to book this stupid thing off of the field, and then you're going to go ahead and attempt to play the game and do whatever else you necessarily need to do. Now, right now in current application, you've got this card running around in side decks in main decks like Ritual Beast. This was one of the 2 Ritual Beast cards we saw of the weekend, taking to the major stands out here to kind of control the opponent. Yeah, quick effects. Who would have guessed? Being able to control your opponent and make sure that they can't do anything really too crazy to you. Yeah, I can't really imagine why that would be broken or insane or anything like that. But as things have it right now, Book of Eclipse, we've already seen the QCRs getting bought out. Yeah, I can't say I'm surprised by that one, considering the fact of application. I like control cards. I really do. One Book of Moon is okay, but being able to flip down 2 to 3 monsters that your opponent's trying to use to kind of capitalize on things, or, you know, force a Desiree to negate, also not once per turn, is very, very insane. Yeah, I guess the downside of handing your opponent cards is pretty good, but you also got to think about it this way. You can activate an effect, your opponent tries to Desiree it, and then you can chain the Book of Eclipse, and then go ahead and turn down everything, which is also really, really, really solid. I don't know why people are so surprised to see this doing well. Dominus Purge. Now this, I don't know why this shocks anybody either. Purge was already being looked at as a tech choice for Blue Eyes in the future out here, because it's another hand trap. And as somebody that has played a crap ton of Blue Eyes, trust me, Dominus Purge is one of the best Yu-Gi-Oh cards printed for this deck. Yes, I will emphasize the fact, well, it stops Ash Blossom Joy. No, it doesn't! Alright? If I draw Ash and Dominus in the same hand, if I see both of these, oh my gosh, oh no, this hand's so bad, I drew the Dominus Purge and the Ash. Why are we not doing this first? This is the thing that entertains me. They're like, oh my gosh, I drew the Dominus Purge and the Ash. Why are you not going, oh wow, I'm going to use the Ash first. Okay, it resolves. Now I can use the Dominus Purge in my hand. I no longer have a fire monster in my hand, so now I can resolve and not worry about that Ash being dead. Shit! Yeah, right? Logic. And that has been one of the biggest arguments I have read from people in my comment section, has been the Ash versus Purge debate. You play both because your deck needs to have the hand traps. We are ramping up 20 hand traps right now, people. I'm sorry to tell you this, but we are at the point right now that a minor confliction between these 2 cards, if I see both of these in the opening hand, it's not a big deal. It is not whatsoever. You can play around that super easily. Alright, I don't know why there's an issue with that logic and that mentality, but Blue Eyes is going to do it, alright, and in the current meta and application, it is already beginning. We are seeing this card ramp up very, very, very strongly, alright, and that's what we're going to continue to see. You have a lot of people that are really looking forward to just playing Purge. It's a good card. And then we have the Fiend Reflection of the Millennium. This is actually, this little tech choice made me chuckle a little bit. So why you're actually seeing this card see play is it is a time card for Chimera, because it's an illusion monster. So you can end up, I think you can put itself in the spell and trap card zone, and then you can special summon it and then gain life points, which is just kind of funny actually, because it's an illusion monster. It's going to be searchable. It's a free special summon. It gets you some free life points. Time rules are a pain in the butt in the current phase of Yu-Gi-Oh! I get it. People are going to look for cheesy ways to do things, and the fact that we had this show up of all things, I think was really, really funny, actually. So I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, what other cool time cards will show up, because when Altar for Tribute showed up, I was like, that's really, really cool, actually. But we're just kind of at this point right now that we have opportunities to play some of the cheesiest cards in the game. And people are going to exploit those cheese cards because they give you, not necessarily an unfair advantage, but they're just something that people don't expect, all right? And the time rules have become what they are in the current game of Yu-Gi-Oh! They're a pain in the butt, but hey, Chimera does have some new tools. I look forward to seeing how they will approach this. And to other Chimera players out there, maybe this is something that you should consider. I think it's kind of cute, actually. So those are the cool tech choices we had out of this block. Sure, you guys, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys.
Patrons!
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.